what do you think is the most underrated feature at Magic Block? Like, what do you think people haven't really truly discovered or used it correctly at Magic Block?
So one thing that I love to see more of is autonomous worlds, which was essentially this idea that you could build a game that lasts forever. Um, I say was because it was a pretty big narrative that emerged after Loot that spun out into two big projects, one of Optimism, one on Starknet. Dojo on Starknet, I think, is still around. The other one on Optimism, less so, but there's still a community there. And the idea is that you can use MagicBlock to build a fully persistent game that has no server and therefore doesn't rely on anybody to operate that game. And it becomes this digital world that users can alter and can shape based on their behavior and based on their choices. And it will be there forever. There's just literally no way to stop it, no way to shut it down because it's on a blockchain. And a blockchain is a persistent, decentralized ledger. It store information. It'll allow you to change that information. If all the information, all the data about the game is on chain, the game can be there as long as the blockchain will be around. And it's such a powerful and cool idea. And unfortunately, there's been not that much traction in terms of like purely autonomous world. We're doing a lot with fully on-chain game in general, but like this concept of building a world that lives forever has been underexplored. And in terms of feature, ultimately MagicBlock provides cheap, fast compute to any Solana developer. If you want to build an app, if you want to build a game, you can just build it on Solana, deploy your programs on Solana, and then use MagicBlock as if it was a verifiable server effectively. So you don't need to use a server at all. And I think that's the feature that we offer that in the context of game development, I love to see more of using MagicBlock as a multiplayer game server. You don't need a multiplayer game server. You can use MagicBlock and you will have if you build fully on chain, you'll have a game that lasts forever and nobody can stop.
Yeah, I think that's really has me thinking and of the ways that we should figure out what the messaging would be for game developers to say, hey, like, there's a lot more to Magic Block, right? I think that one thing. Shout out to your marketing team because they've killed it, and it's like, how can we get more of the messaging out, right? And sometimes it's actually just might be just a show and tell, right? Like let the games itself do the show and tell to the rest of the folks, because I think that's always, the product at the end of the day will always speak for louder than anything else. Look,
Absolutely.
45 minutes around on Andrea. I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate all the information. Loved hearing what the roadmap looks like, what you guys are building, who you guys are, learning about, again, the obstacles in Web3 gaming. But I got to ask, man, next 6 months, what's one thing that I got to make sure I have on my calendar circled PTO at work, because I am going to be on Magic Block Twitter, Discord, or in real life? If it's Breakpoint, even better. But tell me what date, or is there anything coming up that everybody needs to be aware of?
So of course, MagicBlock Mainnet is the biggest release that we're focusing on. MagicBlock is live with what we call a MagicNet, which is effectively the canary network of MagicBlock on Solana Mainnet. But honestly, we ship very fast, we iterate very fast. There's just been a new game that has come out just right now. So if you go on our profile, you can check it out. It's a real-time strategy game with tradable cards. So it's kind of a mix between Marvel Snap and Clash Royale. And we just ship very, very fast weekly sprints. And so you should expect a set of announcements coming from us. We are prepping a huge release that will unlock a ton of new cool feature for game developers in the span of a couple of weeks. But definitely the biggest announcement that we're going to focus on is the release of our mainnet in beginning of Q4.
I'm at the edge of my seat right now. Give me the name of the game, man. Come on.
It's Interstellar Command. You can check it out on our profile on
All
X.
right. There you go. That's the alpha.